Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a 4-star puzzle from today's Hindu. Let's get started. Let's start with D row. There are 3 empty cells in D row and the missing numbers are 1, 5 and 9. There is a 5 and 9 blocking this cell. So D9 takes 1. Now the remaining numbers are 5 and 9. You have a 5 blocking here. So D6 takes 9 and D3 takes 5. In the same pattern, in F row also we have 3 empty cells. So let's complete that. This 9 here in E row blocks these 2 cells. So 9 goes here in F1. Now there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 7. There is a 7 blocking here. So F4 takes 2 and F7 takes 7. In the sixth block, there is only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 4. There is a 2 blocking here. So E8 takes 2 and E9 takes 4. In the central block, the middle row is completely empty and the missing numbers are 5, 6 and 8. If you see here in column 6, you have 5 and 6 blocking this cell. So E6 takes 8 and E4 and E5 takes 5, 6 pair. Now in E row, these are the 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3 and 7. Let's mark it with 3, 7 pair. Let's try to fill G row now. You can see a triangle form of numbers 8, 1, 2 here. These 3 numbers block this cell. That means 8, 1, 2 cannot come here. Now you can observe the same pattern of numbers here 1, 8 and 2 blocking this cell. And now there are only 3 cells left. So these 3 cells will take these 3 numbers 1, 2 and 8. Now you have 1 and 2 in column 9 blocking this cell. So G9 takes 8 and 1 and 2 goes in G5 and G7. Now the missing numbers in 0 are 7 and 9. Let's mark it with 7, 9 pair. Let's try to fill column 1. Okay, you have 6 in C row and 6 in A row, which blocks these 2 rows, and there is 6 in column 2 and 6 in column 3, which blocks these 2 columns. So 6 goes here in B1. Similarly, there is 1 in A row and B row, and there is 1 in column 3 and column 2, which blocks all these cells. So C1 takes 1. Now in column 1 there are 3 missing numbers and the missing numbers are 3, 5 and 7. In I row you have 7 blocking, so I1 takes 3, 5. Now in ninth column also you have 3 missing numbers and uh, they also miss 3, 5. It also miss 3, 5 and 7, similar to column 1. And here in I row you have 7 blocking here, so I9 takes 3, 5 and that becomes a complementary pair. Now we can try to fill I row. Okay, in I row you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 is missing, 3, 4, 6, 8 and 9. 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, these are missing in I row. Now you can see here in the column 3, that is I3 is blocked by 1, 4, 6 and 8. So 9 goes here. So let's strike down 9, and then now out of 1, 4, 6 and 8, you can see here 6, 1 and 8 blocking this cell. So I8 takes 4. So let's strike out 4 from here. Now we have 1, 6 and 8 missing. So that means this goes in these 3 cells. 1, 6 and 8 goes in these 3 cells. We don't have much clue. That we do not have enough clue to fill this. So let's move on. Now this 9 cancels out the 9 here, and G2 is 7 now, and G8 is 9. This 7 cancels out the 7 here, so E2 is 3 and E1 is 7. So in this 7th block, the missing numbers are only 3 and 5. There is a 5 here in column 3 which is blocking here. So H3 takes 3 and I1 takes 5 and I9 takes 3. That leaves column 1 with only one empty cell and the missing number is 3. Now let's try to fill 0. You have a 4 in column 8, a 4 in column 5 and a 4 in column 3 which blocks these cells. So C2 takes 4 and now there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3, 5 and 7. You have a 3 and 5 in column 3 which blocks the cell. So C3 takes 7. Now the missing numbers are 3 and 5. There is a 3 here. So C5 takes 5 and C8 takes 3. This 5 cancels out the 5 here. So E5 is now 6 and E4 is 5. Let's try to fill this third block. There are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 4, 5 and 7. There is a 7 here blocking these 2 cells. So 7 goes here in A9 and the missing numbers are 4 and 5. Let's fill that with 4, 5 pair. In column 2, there are only 2 missing numbers, 2 empty cells, and the missing numbers are 5 and 9. There is a 9 here in B row. So A2 takes 9 and B2 takes 5. This 5 cancels out the 5 here. B7 is now 4 and A7 is 5. In column 4, there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 4 and 6. Sorry, no, it is not 2, 4 and 6. It is 4, 6 and 8. It is 4, 6 and 8. In B row, you have 4 and 6 blocking here. So B4 takes 8. And the balance numbers are 4 and 6. There is a 4 here. So I4 takes 6 and H4 takes 4. In column 3, there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 8. There is a 8 here. So B3 takes 2 and A3 takes 8. In column 6, there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 3 and 4. In H row, there is 3 and 4 blocking this cell. So H6 takes 2. The balance numbers are 3 and 4. There is a 4 blocking here. So B6 takes 3 and A6 takes 4. This 2 here cancels out the 2 here. So G5 is now 1 and G7 is 2. In this 8th block, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 8 and 9. There is a 9 here in I row, so I5 takes 8 and H5 takes 9. Similarly, in the second block, there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 7. There is a 2 here in B row which blocks here, so B5 takes 7 and A5 takes 2.